Yo, guys, Urb'n Barz brings you the best UK reactions to rap, hip hop, and urban music from all around the world. And guys, today is Tom's day, and normally I'm as happy as Larry, I'm as giddy as a kipper, I'm as fly as a fly thing can be fly, or whatever silly things I come out with. You know it, guys. Here, Hangover Gang. It's Tom's day. It's the beginning of the end of the week and the start of the beginning of the weekend, and all those other cliches I like to say and to, just come out with. And today, guys, I just have to say that I almost didn't do a Tom's Day reaction because I've had my own worries and troubles with YT. And I just have to thank all of you, each and every single one of you guys. You've been brilliant. I had a call to arms yesterday and I just said, look, I need your help, guys. And it just came out of the blue. I've got a warning, and YouTube have now not only just give me a warning, but they've deducted like several double digit subscribers from my account overnight. I don't know what's going on here, guys. But the funny thing is, the warning is over a video from Burden's World called Biden. And I didn't say anything on it. I didn't make any comment, personal comment at all. I just played it. It was doing the rounds at the time and apparently still up there. And it's a whole year that they've taken to come to give me a warning and to say next time I get a strike. So it's the beginning of the end, guys. It is the beginning of the end. So yeah, I need to, this is where I need your help, guys. I need to find an alternative platform. People have been saying, is it Rumble? People have been saying Patreon or this, that, and everything else. I don't know. I've got lots of things that I want to be doing, or I was hoping to be doing this year, but I've been slowed down by too many things going on in the background here, guys. Lots of things going on, some good, a lot bad, but there you go. Anyway, guys, I digress. And breathe. Okay, let's start again. Yo, guys, today is Tom's Day. And guys, I've had nothing to pick or to choose. I just picked the first thing that I saw here. And literally, it's called Fake Woke. Tom MacDonald's response to the dissing accusation on Eminem in the new song release. I'm not too sure what this is about. So let's check it out together, guys. It's Tom's Day, whatever it is. It's going to be fun. I've had a few problems with my computer as well, so I might not be able to go back and forth like I normally do. So we just have to play it by ear. But guys, let's just check it out and let's see what happens. So guys, this is called Fake Woke, Tom MacDonald's response to the dissing accusation on Eminem in new song release. I've no idea, guys. Let me know in the comment section. Anyway, guys, let's go. Let's go.
Answer now. If you have any questions,
so this looks like it's some sort of live Q&A, and Tom does a lot of live Q&As, and a lot of them go on for quite a long time, hours and hours. So he's asking for questions here, guys, and let's check out what the next question is.
Drop them in the comments. I'm going to answer as much stuff as I possibly can. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to jump in the comments now. Kaylee Caruth says, I personally feel like you were not trying to diss Eminem and Fake Woke, were you?
Fake Woke. I'm trying to remember that now, line for line, etc., etc. I don't really remember Tom even alluding to M, but I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think. So apparently, Fake Woke, they're talking that Tom was dissing Eminem. I don't remember that, guys. I don't.
No, I was not dissing Eminem and Fake Woke. Like, I know that you guys saw Tom MacDonald disses Eminem like all over the internet on all the hip hop sites and blah, 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 blah. But like, this is 2021. It's difficult to get people to watch music videos. It's difficult to get people to read articles. It's difficult to get people to spend time doing what you want them to do on the
Tom knows how to, how to trigger people.
Internet. So these are just like clickbait titles that are saying Tom MacDonald dissed Eminem because they're trying to generate traffic and get people to read their little articles and blah, 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 blah.
And that's the thing. So Tom's right. He's talking about clickbait and all that sort of stuff. And I'm seeing a lot of clickbait all over the place. I'm with Microsoft Edge, and every time I log on to that, there's so much clickbait there. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous, people. But I think what Tom's saying here is people now, and these aren't even people who are fans of Tom, they're using Tom to make themselves rich, to feather their own nests. So they're using Tom to drive traffic to their own channels and to their own whatever. Really? These people, do you know what I call them? Hypocrites. You're hypocrites. Fair enough if you're a big fan of Tom, great. That's great. I don't mind that. But when you could care less for Tom MacDonald and you're using him just to make bank, that's disgusting. And that's what I think about you people. Total disgusting.
Did I mention Eminem's name in the song? Yes. Did I diss Eminem? No. It was simply an observation. That whole song is about how contradictory we've become and the hypocrisy of society.
You see, contradictory and hypocrisy. I hate hypocrisy. And I have a real issue and a real problem. Why can you not mention anyone's name, even just to make, as my man Tom just said, an observation? You don't have to lick people's boots, people. This thing about being a sycophant, really? Seriously, guys, this is what I say on this channel. We are all equal. We're all even. I'm learning from you guys. I'm not here to jump all over you guys. I'm learning from you. This is a cathartic thing for me as well, and I learn so much from you guys. I really do. So please keep those comments coming and all sorts, whatever. I absolutely appreciate everything that you guys have done here on this channel. So what Tom is saying is absolutely correct here. Why can't Tom make an observation? An observation could be positive, negative, neutral. Without all these people jumping on Tom and saying, oh, you're doing it for this, you're doing it for that. An observation is just an observation, guys. It just creates debate. I mean, they're all observing and commenting on Tom, so why can't he comment and observe on other people back? I mean, really? Let's see if I can wheel this back, guys, because that was interesting. So he's talking about contradictions and hypocrisy as well. And there's a lot of contradictory stuff and hypocrisy in this world, people. A lot.
Simply an observation. That whole song is about how contradictory we've become and the hypocrisy of society today. And all I was doing was simply pointing out, like, hey, this guy used to talk about this, and that, murdering his mom and all this shit, and now he doesn't want people to be his fans if they voted for Trump.
He is so correct. Absolutely correct. And I cannot stand the hypocrisy, guys. I mean, I've been a fan of Eminem since way back in the days. I've got most of his material up until, remember I said to you, I stopped listening to music for about 10 years. So we're talking about from 2012 onwards, etc. So I didn't buy any music at all. Didn't really listen to any hip hop music for the last, well, it's not 10 years because I started listening to it about 2018, 2019 again. So it's about 8 years, etc., etc. But that is so true. I remember Eminem and his lyrics. He was like, remember talking about himself being a human gun. You take away the barrel of a revolver, this, that, and the third, etc., etc. Doing the most incredible things, the most impossible things, really. It's sort of talking about badly about women, this, that, and the third, etc., etc. And this is where I talk about the hypocrisy. I've always said, because hip hop to me, hip hop is in my blood, guys, like boxing. It's since the first memories is hip hop, boxing in my blood. Trust me, you could sit here and you could literally give me questions and answers about the history of hip hop, all about hip hop, and I can tell you. I can't tell you the last few years. This is why I'm getting into hip hop again now. But hip hop, I went to all the clubs, all the shows. I've seen all the fame, everything. I've chatted to all the. Anyway, I'm not even going there. But what I'm trying to say, though, guys, is the hypocrisy about certain people, certain things, and fans as well, guys. Oh my goodness, goodness. You have to take it, because I remember when they were talking in the early to mid 90s about keep it real. And the way I said to people, you can ask anyone who knows me and they'll tell you, keep it real means you're true to yourself. So if you go and you want to take drugs, I am not going to comment on that. But don't turn around 5 minutes later and then start tearing up people who are taking drugs because you no longer take drugs, or vice versa. You need to be real to yourself. And it's the same people who say they're gangsters, whatever. If you're a real gangster, you're a gangster. I've got no problem with that. If you're a fake gangster, then and you say you're a gangster, then don't be surprised if someone comes to you and knocks on your door and challenges your credentials. So this is what Tom's saying here. He's saying 1 minute Eminem is, sort of talking bad things about this, that, and the third. The next minute you've changed your tune. Well, which one are you? Really? Which one are you? What's it Tony Montana said? A man only has his and his word. Really? Guys, some people need to check themselves from their neck. They really do. Be yourself, be true to yourself, be honest to yourself. And whichever way yourself is, be true to yourself. Don't keep slipping and sliding and changing your skin like a snake.
Used to talk about this, and that, murdering his mom
Absolutely.
and all this shit. And now he doesn't want people to be his fans if they voted for Trump. That's a pretty big
Bravo.
that's a pretty big difference. So
Bravo.
It's just like when I said it's easier to get a job than buy a gun, and pointed out all these things about society that are changing. And I didn't say that he'd changed for the better or for the worse. I just said it's different.
An observation.
There's a lot of ways that society is different these days. And, whether he is grown or he is crumbled under the pressure of cancel culture and what's acceptable today, like, who knows? But it was just simply an observation, and that's it. As you guys know,
Guys, that is so true. That is so true. Right now, I'm getting so much distress from behind the scenes. But I keep telling you people, I am 100% true to myself. I've told you from day one, I'm into freedom of speech. And if these people want to come at me, which way they want to, let them come at me. But I've told you as well, I'm going to tell you what's going on. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, whether it means I no longer have a platform, I will tell you the truth. Guys, I am telling you this. I'm not going to change for anybody. There's only one I will change for. So that's just the bottom line. Stone Cold said so. You've got to be true to yourself, because if you're not true to yourself, then how have you got any foundation to be anything else? I don't know. But I have to admit, and I have to stay with my man Tom MacDonald 100%. It is an observation that I knew many, many years ago. I said the same thing many, many years ago, how certain people have changed. It's not just Eminem. There are so many people who I saw 1 minute they were doing one thing, the next minute, really? Is it the same person? But he's right, people can change. But that's not the issue. It's when people change and then there's no correlation between how and why they've changed. And it's almost like what they did before never existed. That is where the issue lies, I think. But my man Tom MacDonald is telling the truth here. He's telling the truth. I cannot disagree with one word he's just said. I mean, guys, let me know in the comment section. Am I being too hard as well? But I've always said, you can ask the people I know on the street. I know enough street people. And I've been telling them, they all came up to me. I know enough bad people as well. And I said to them, if you want to do this, if you want to rob the bank, that's your business. I'm not going to judge you. But so long as you know, if you rob the bank, you could end up dead. You could end up arrested. You could end up maybe killing someone else. All these scenarios can happen to you. But so long as you're happy with what you do, go out and do what you feel is right. I am not going to judge you. I don't even know what the word is. I have nothing that can say that I have any jurisdiction over you. I cannot judge you. I can make a comment, but I cannot judge you. And I will not judge you. I will not tell you what's right or wrong, but I'll just tell you these are your options. Then once you know your options, go out and do what you want to do. And it's the same thing as I'm doing here on YT. I mean, at the end of the day, I have options. YT have come to me, they give me a warning. I can accept the warning, I can challenge the warning, I can carry on doing what I'm doing, or I can change. Let's see.
he is grown or he is crumbled under the pressure of cancel culture and what's acceptable today, like, who knows? But it was just simply an observation, and that's it. As you guys know, if you guys know what the reason why I started rapping, you know that I've accredited Eminem to that in the past many times.
Yeah, we know that. we know.
And that's really it. So uh, that's it.
Anyway, what is wrong with challenging? What's wrong with speaking? So even someone you look up to, your friend, your parent, your whatever, your teacher, so long as you're not coming with wickedness in your heart, but you should challenge people and say, why are you colouring it in blue when yesterday you were using green? It's just an observation, it's a challenge, and that person can tell you if they want to or they don't have to. But there's no reason on earth to put people on pedestals and say these people are untouchable. And this is my issue with the stands of this world. Right now, right now, there's an issue where we've got a rapper, The Game, and apparently he's going all out against Eminem. And in this case, Eminem on the surface, I don't think has said anything to The Game for The Game to go for him. So maybe it's just a hip hop thing. And this is what used to happen back in the days. But there are so many fans now of Eminem all jumping on and saying, how dare you go after Eminem, this, that, and everything else. And then now they've heard The Game's diss track and they're saying, oh, The Game's buried his career. Da, 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 da. Guys, hip hop has always been about this. There's so many different pillars and avenues in hip hop. There's always been the thing about the dancing, like, you're better than this, whatever. There's a fun element, but there's always been the challenge element. So I have no issue with it. It's up to Eminem. If Eminem wants to respond, Eminem will respond. And in some ways, it makes the genre better because if Eminem and The Game go at each other, they're probably going to lift each other's skills anyway. And their skills are really high anyway. So at the end of the day, I don't understand why people get so upset and so angry. If they want to challenge each other, they want to sort of do lyrics against each other, they want to diss each other, let them go at it. So long as it doesn't go any further than just the microphone battle, then I'm happy with that. But people are so angry that anyone challenges Eminem. But it's like in boxing. If I'm the world champion, if I'm the undisputed world heavyweight champion, there's always going to be someone who wants to come up and challenge me. It's just the nature of life. If you're the head gangster, there's always going to be a challenge out there. It's just the nature of life, people. And until you get that, you'll never move ahead. There's always going to be a challenge to your position. Always.
Was it a diss? No. Did I mention his name? Yeah, I mentioned his name. But that's the thing about stands is like anytime anybody says Eminem.
I've just mentioned stands and Eminem. I keep saying, people, I swear on my life, I do not watch these things. I never ever watched them beforehand. Because if I did watch them, I would never have a natural reaction. But I said from day one, from the first time I saw our man Tom MacDonald, I wasn't even on YouTube regularly. I just saw him and I just thought there's an affinity there. I have no idea why, but something in Tom I just clicked with. I've never met Tom, I've never spoken to him ever, but there's just something, an affinity there. And he just mentioned the stands, and I'm just talking about the stands just now. Oh my gosh. They're as thin skinned as The Game, and The Game's thin skinned because I know people who know The Game. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that, but The Game is very thin-skinned, so this is maybe one reason why he's stepping up to Eminem, but you can't help that. And sometimes having thin skin can actually drive your career anyway, so The Game is very, very sensitive. It's a very, very sensitive character, but I think The Game is a very, very talented MC, and so is Eminem as well. That's just my two penneth.
Many times, and that's really it. So that's it. Was it a diss? No. Did I mention his name? Yeah, I mentioned his name. But that's the thing about stands is like anytime anybody says Eminem, if they're not kissing his ass, the stands are, oh, it's a diss. He dissed Eminem. I can't believe it. He's dissing the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Tom. Why would you do that? He's going to MGK you, Tom. This is career suicide. And it's just like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Like, if Eminem saw that video and heard that line, he was probably like, huh, true. I've definitely cleaned up my act a bit. He's not like raging on the internet like all these like little fucking weirdo fans. Like, anyways, nothing against Eminem. I didn't think it was a diss, but I mean, people will interpret your songs and distort your message as it serves their narrative and allows them to be angry and feel like they can get some attention on the internet. So there you go.
Guys, I'm going to stop it there. And this is another reason why I really respect and like Tom. Guys, you can like Tom MacDonald's music, you can hate his music, you can like what he does on camera or hate what he does on camera. It doesn't really matter. But Tom is a very intelligent, he's a very articulate human being. Tom MacDonald is really, really telling you the truth. And he's telling you it in a very, very succinct and articulate manner. And I respect him for that, because sometimes when you hear negativity that's directed towards you, it can really upset you and unsettle you. Like sometimes I do a hissy fit from time to time, guys. But there you go. Sometimes I'm not bothered 100%. But Tom MacDonald, he always gets his point across in a really cool and concise manner. And that's what I respect about him as well. And another thing is, most of the time you probably say, I can't argue with that. Deep down, you know you can't argue with that. So Tom MacDonald has said his piece, and I love the bit when he said about Eminem, and then Eminem would just probably say, "Yeah, yeah," and that's probably true, guys, because at the end of the day, when you're in the same position, you're in the same boat. Eminem probably gets as much. Well, maybe not. Eminem gets quite a lot of hate, probably. Tom MacDonald gets a lot of hate as well. So when you're in the same boat, you know the score, you know what happens. And I keep telling people as well, the hip hop community is not that huge. Um, it is a fraternity and a sorority, and it's not that huge. It's like boxing. The boxing community, everyone knows each other. The hip hop community, everyone knows each other. People. Oh my good, really? They know each other. I'm not saying they're best friends, whatever, but they know each other, or they have connects with each other, etc. At some point. Oh my goodness! But yeah, that was good. So that was fake woke. Tom MacDonald responds to the dissing accusation on Eminem in the new song release. Guys, here at Urban Bars, I appreciate everything you've done for this channel. But the way you can help me, guys, I'm getting bashed left, right, and Chelsea people from all angles, left, right, front, back, and side to side, like the Underground Kings, UGK, etc., etc. You know it, whatever. But guys, the way you can help is if you can subscribe to my channel. I've lost loads of subscribers overnight. How? I've no idea. But if you like, share, put your comments in the comment section. I really appreciate it, guys. But in the meantime, the weekend's approaching. The weekend's here, so have a great evening, whatever you get up to. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and make certain you come back to the next Urban Barz reaction. Guys, I really do appreciate everything you've done for me. And I'll be looking into Patreon, Rumble, this and everything else. It'll probably take me a little while to set things up. But once I've done that, I'll let you guys know. But until then, guys, have a great weekend. Look after yourselves.